money home to their bank accounts, to their family members, wiped the hell out because Cuba started protesting up here in the States.
They took everybody's money in Cuba. They just confiscated everybody's money. Dude, America is next. They are doing it over there. Just like a simulation. Going to every state. Why? Because they're getting ready to pull the switch here too, and you're not ready.
In the morning, Cubans wake up with the news that they didn't have no money in the bank because the government took out all the money from everybody in Cuba and they steal the money that they make working, or the money that most of the time the people from Florida send over there, because a lot of family members send the money over there to help them, for them to be available to survive, right? So what happened is, when they went to check in the car, there was no money. The money was gone. So the government took out all the money from them and they end up broke. We're talking about no money, but on top of that, no food, no free speech.
So the government said, okay, that's the game you want to play? I'm going to shut all your money down. And the people are suffering down there enough as it is. Now, I told y'all to take that damn money out the bank. I hope you guys listen. Because if you seriously think that we're not next, you better think again. We are next. And I want you to think about how crazy and stupid the people are now as it is. I want you to think about how they acted when the gas shortage went, how they're about to start acting how they're about to start acting when they find out that ain't no money in their bank accounts. I want you to think about how cuckoo, and you're talking about cuckoo folks that's got a lot of guns. There's a lot of people in this country that got guns. So I want you to think about that. And and now I'm hearing food shortages. So how do you think people are going to act? At Dandit Weller, it is naive of you to put any kind of responsibility on one particular person. You can't be serious. You have yet to understand that everything operates on a collective level. Until you guys start understanding that there's no such thing as individual, everybody has to come together on a collective level to make a change, then the people are going to remain exactly where they are. Because you think that somebody out here should resolve all your problems. That's not how that's going to go. The writing was on the wall that that's not the way that's going to go. And why you guys haven't figured this out yet, I have no idea. This has a lot to do with people not wanting to take any accountability or responsibility for their own lives. This goes back to the shadow work. You shouldn't be looking for nobody to save your ass. You should be looking to save your own ass. Okay? You went to Navy Federal Credit Union and they're holding money from people. We can't get all our money. Whoa. You need to do everything in cashier's checks. Don't get cash, because they're not going to give you that. Get cashier's checks. No, money will not be useless. No, universal shaman. Okay, I guess I didn't talk to y'all about this on live yet. So let me give you the rundown. I thought I talked about this, but I must have talked about this on my Telegram channel, but I swear to God, I thought I talked about this on Instagram. So let me tell you the real story about what happened to us as a people. I thought I told you this already. There was a time, a long time ago, where we were really at the top of our game. We had access to all of our powers. We were in full knowledge of who we were. And there really wasn't anybody that could really touch us like that. It just wasn't happening like that because we were that powerful. Let me explain to you why we're that powerful. Because every last one of us have different higher aspects of ourselves that are different beings of when you reincarnated many lifetimes before. Okay? So these different aspects are different versions of who you are, but they have been extremely elevated. Each individual aspect, a person might have like 5 to 6 higher aspects they are having their own experiences, but it's when you come into knowledge about them and who they are and what they are and how you can communicate and what power they actually possess. Okay? Now, during the time period when we were on top of our game, we became very arrogant. As the first one ancient ancestors said, we became very haughty. We were doing deals with other beings coming to the planet that were much more weaker than us. Okay? We didn't feel as though that anybody was a threat to us. We were trading information. We were trading technology. We were trading different things. But in the process of us doing these trades, things that we weren't supposed to be doing in the manner that we were doing it and who we were doing it with, it had a lot to do with the fact that we wasn't giving reverence to our divinity and we wasn't giving reverence to source. And when you decide that you're not going to give reverence to source, that would spark your life. When you decide that you're not going to acknowledge your own divinity and you think that you are the source, which is what happened with us, the sun is actually what hit us and wiped out our memories. Okay? The sun. The sun is what wiped out our memories. And I want you guys to understand that the sun is pure 100% divine cosmic intelligence. It's also a stargate where you can travel through it, but it's also extremely intelligent. And the sun is not something that nothing man-made could ever try to destroy. They've made many attempts to try to destroy the sun, try to block out the sun, the whole nine. It's never going to happen. And because of the power that we possess with us being children of the sun, at any given time when we want to see the sun, all we got to do is say, hey, sun, let me see your face. And literally the sun will let you see its face every single time. Try it. When you guys are up in New York City or you guys in areas that are doom and gloom, tell the sun on the collective level, I want to see your face. And watch the sun clear out them clouds. The sun doesn't need our help to do anything. It just is what it is. Okay? So that's one thing that we won't ever have to worry about is our light being dimmed by the sun. It's not going to ever happen. Okay? No matter what they're saying about Bill Gates and whoever else and whoever thinks they're going to do this and that and the third and who's big and bad and all that, it's not going to happen. So let me just go ahead and reassure you on that. All right? Now, in the process of us taking that fall and our memories being erased, prior to that happening, a lot of things started happening where a lot of us were having tribal wars. There was a lot of jealousy and a lot of things that started coming into play that should have never came into play. Okay? The sun wiped out our memories. And this is the shit they don't want you to know. Okay? Now, the sun, that's why they talk about the second coming or the Son of Man, which the original definition of man meant dark-skinned people. That was the original definition. Old definition. Meant dark-skinned people. Okay? Now, when you start talking about the second coming, people are getting that caught up with Jesus Christ. Has nothing to do with him. Okay? When you're talking about the second sun, we're talking about the silver sun. And we're talking about that sun waking us all back up. The last solar flare that we just had is waking up a lot of people right now. The next solar flare that we have, the big one, there's going to be a solar flare that we're going to have that's going to go off at the blink of an eye. When that goes off, that's when we're going to transform into our true selves. Now, some of us would have already transcended into 5D Earth. A lot of y'all will stay, will remain here on this earth. Things are going to go back to how they were in the days of Atlantis, in the days of Egypt, in the days of Babylon. It's going to return back to that. Okay? So that means that all the people that existed when you had different interdimensional beings that were actually operating with the people, that's exactly what it's going to turn back into. Okay? I talked to you guys about your bodies being crystalline. I talked to you guys about your get a lot of sun so you can start seeing the sparkles on your body and things of that nature. Boom. Okay? But that's really what happened. We got our memory wiped out. When the sun decides, because it's intelligence, when the sun decides that it is going to wake us all completely back up, that's when the solar flash is going to hit. And all of us are going to wake back up with full knowledge of who we are. Now, there are certain things that are happening to people right now. Some of you guys might be on this live. Some of you guys might think I'm crazy. I'm not talking to you. But I am talking to the ones that are having experiences where either they're having, where they feel like they might be transforming into something. Something may have activated in them and they feel like that you're transforming into something. Okay? That's happening right now. That's really happening right now. There's things inside your DNA that is being activated by the sun that is going to assist you in you fully becoming who exactly you really are. Okay? That's exactly what's going to happen. Some people are going to be very immature and not be able to handle the power that's given to them. So those mutants, I call them mutants, are going to be a little bit destructive until they get settled within their body. But this is really happening like right now. Okay? Some people it's going to happen on and off. That's how it starts. Okay? Sometimes it may happen around the full moon. Sometimes it may happen around the new moon for some people. All right? I need, for those of you guys that are going through these changes, I'm letting you know right now, if this is what's happening to you or you're having experiences where you feel yourself shifting, shape-shifting, things of that nature, if you feel that this is what's happening to you, it's because it's who you've always been. You just didn't know any better. Okay? A lot of things are changing very fast. They sped up the timelines again. So it's pretty much a wrap. So, and when I say a wrap, I'm saying that you are now witnessing the destruction of this racist ass system that no longer serves a purpose on planet Earth. A system that did not benefit anybody but the people who created it. Okay? All of that's going to fall. All of it's falling. The presidency has dismantled itself. Fell. I don't need to go into detail about that. All you got to do is open up your eyes and look and see what's playing out in front of your face. I don't need to go into detail about that. Just look. Open up your damn eyes and look.